All right, what is going on, Teen Talk? We are officially live and we are about to get started. But before we get started, I need y'all to drop some fires in the chat. Just let me know that y'all are locked in with this because we are about to talk about something serious. Before we do that, let me see some fires in the chat. We locked in. We are locked in. We are locked in. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. I want to see some more fires in the chat. I know it's more people than Jasmine that just locked in. Let me see some fires. Let me see some fires in the chat. Let me see some fires in the chat. Let me see some fires in the chat. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. We locked in and we ready to go. We are ready to go. All right. So listen, welcome to all who is joining us today on this Teen Talk. All right. You know, we do a Teen Talk every first and third Saturday of every month, and we bring the heat, nothing less, nothing more. So let's get it and let's go. But before we get into the topic, I want everybody to introduce themselves. So my name is Amaya Jones. I am your very own host. I'm gonna mute myself so everybody else can talk and introduce themselves.
I'm Tarnasia.
I'm Renee.
I'm Rolling.
I'm Jasmine.
I'm Kamari.
I'm Oriana.
All right. So now that everybody introduced themselves, let's get right into the topic. All right. So if you all don't know, all right, our topic is on mental health. I believe Mental Health Month was 2 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. So I thought of this topic, and a lot of people have put their input in that this is something that they wanted to talk about, and I do believe that mental health is something that is so important. All right. So first things first, we're going to give y'all some knowledge. But right here, I got some notes. You know what I'm saying? We always got to have notes to keep us on track. So first things first, what is mental health? We got to drop some knowledge. All right. Mental health illness. I'm sorry. Mental health illness is a person's condition with regard to their psychological and emotional well-being. Well, what type of mental health diseases are there? We have a lot of them, 28, if I'm not mistaken. But just to get the most common ones out there, we have major depression, persistent depressive disorder, bipolar disorder, depression. Did I say depression? I did say depression, post-traumatic depression, schizophrenia, anxiety, narcissistic. Now, this is something that I did not know. Narcissistic is someone who is all about me, myself, and I. And looking at it, I believe according to webmd.com, we got to give our little sources out, make sure we accurate. According to webmd.com, narcissistic is actually a personality disorder. I did not know that. Now, we think it's just selfishness, but according to here, it goes beyond that. We have obsessive compulsive disorder, anxiety, and I'm sorry about that. Can you all see me? Can we? Thumbs up. Okay, can you all hear me? All right. So mental health issues can originate from a various amount of things: genetics, infections, brain defects, injuries, prenatal damage, substance abuse, and etc. Other factors. All right. So enough about me. Now that y'all know where it came from, what exactly it is, what forms it comes in, I'm gonna let y'all take the road. So first things first, I want to know, how do you all wake up in the morning? What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? How do you wake up? Are you cranky? Are you happy? Let me know.
Well, the first thing how I wake up this morning. Well, this morning I kind of felt like how I usually feel. Like felt happy. Felt like I thank God first of all. I woke up another day. You know. Honestly, I was on my phone the first thing in the morning, and I was just looking through social media, just looking at my school in particular. So because I was just looking at my school just for college wise. Then um, later later I got up, went to the bathroom, brushed my teeth, like that stuff. Then I went to my mom's, see how she is doing. She says she's feeling good. So that's how woke up this morning, pretty much.
So usually first thing I do in the morning is look at the time to see what time it is and think about everything I gotta do for the day. Um, Figure out what I'm gonna do first, get dressed, eat some breakfast, and yeah, get the day started.
I wake up and I look at. I wake up and I look at my phone, and today I felt happy because I tend to not let people get to me of their situation, So I woke up happy today. So,
I woke up happy. I basically got up, looked at the time, talked to my sister, went to the bathroom, and then I was reading text messages and just responding to them. And I was on social media.
Okay, I think that's everybody, if I'm not mistaken. How did I wake up this morning? I can relate to Renaya. I woke up looking at the time, thinking about everything I got to do, right? Like, oh, I got to do this. Wait a minute, let me jump on this. You right? But as simple as it is for us to wake up, I did read something, right, where it says a person with depression, right, it's not that easy for them. They will literally lay in bed and thoughts will start to just run wild, run wild. Why they can't do this? Why they can't do that? I can't go on, right? I feel unworthy. Their self-esteem is not as high. They don't want to be here, right? Everything could go wrong. What if I take a step out of bed? What if I, just anything? So it's not that easy. So I think for us, what am I trying to say? I think for us, sometimes we take just the slightest things for granted. We can wake up as simple as that, but somebody else with that mental health disorder, they can't. They can't. And it's I want to say something that they can't control. I don't want to say that because in some extent you can control it, but in some extent you can't, right? So I think that with mental health issues, one, we got to realize how challenging it may be for some people. Number one, and then two, also be that source where we can be their light in a situation, right? Anybody, any person you encounter, we always want to come on here to encourage and to inspire, right? And then, hey, reach out to some people. Sis, how you doing? Right? If you have a friend that's suffering from that mental health illness, sis, how you doing? Bro, how you doing? Right? It don't even gotta be somebody from the church. Hey, how you doing? I noticed a little something. How you doing? I just want to reach out, right? So let's get into the second thing. The second question I got here. We're referring back to the notes. I'm sorry, y'all, if I keep looking down because I'm referring back to the notes to our outline, right? So what was, okay, well, you guys already answered that. Some said check social media. Some said check on my mom. Some said I check the time. Social media, I cut that out totally, right? Because I find that for me, as soon as I go on social media, for me, I don't know what happens, but I start comparing myself, right? And once I start comparing myself, I start to negative thinking. The low self-esteem starts to come back, right? So I just cut that out. So if you could narrow down the first thing that you do when you wake up, what would it be? And if it's that, right, if it's something that you want to change, what would you want to change about your morning routine if it's something that you want to change?
I want to change me, I want to change me just being on social media. I feel like I can do something else, but I can probably get up, pray. I feel like if I just change what I do in the morning, then I'll probably feel more better about myself going throughout the day.
If I could change one thing, I want to say that I wouldn't look at the time, but I probably still do that. So after I look at the time, I would say that I would try to look at something inspirational to kind of inspire me to get going and tackle the day.
so
I would say that if I want to change anything, it will probably social media. Don't look at certain things that will bring me in a certain way or anything like that. I'll probably look at maybe the NBA or maybe the my school or anything like that. So I'll look at some things that would be inspirational.
Well, I have this little family lesson group, and I basically text them sometimes good morning with a little quote about life and different experience in life. So I think for them sometimes in the morning we should do a little family lesson prayer. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. Heavy on the prayer. Heavy on the prayer. Me, first thing I do in the morning, let me see. I'm trying to think. I do a whole bunch. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. First thing I do in the morning is, of course, wake up. And the first thing I instantly do is turn to my Bible, right? I don't want to hear, I'm not answering no phone calls. I'm not answering no text message. I'm sorry. I got to get in line for the day. Like, right. Like what Naya said, I got to get ready to tackle the day, right? Like Jasmine said, I'm going to feel better about myself if I do that. So sorry, not sorry, right? I'm not answering phone calls, not answering no text message. I got to read the word. That's my source of joy right there. That's my source of strength right there. If I don't, oh man, I'm a wreck. I am a wreck, right? So I think that number one, knowing what we need to do to what's the word, y'all? Stimulate that good mental health practice is good. Ramona saying she would change is not eat so late the night before. All right, that's good. That's good, right? So I think that identifying the problem is good, right? Because now that we identify the problem, we are able to solve it and we are able to maneuver. We are able to alter the things that need to be altered. We are able to change. We are able to do better, right? So if you're listening out there, think about what you do when you wake up in the morning. What's the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning? Now you said, and now you're so grumpy in the morning. Definitely. Because some people who wake up, they are grumpy, right? And listen, we ain't gonna go there, but we're gonna stay right here. We're gonna focus. If you are listening out there, think about the first thing that you do when you wake up, right? If it's not listening to something positive, if it's not getting in tune with yourself, if it's not just doing things to elevate, to boost your self-esteem, your confidence, to stimulate your mind, let it go. All right. And listen, it's not going to be an overnight process. It's going to take a day at a time. So if you don't get it the first night, don't beat yourself up. You're going to fall. You're going to fail. It's okay. Right. But learn from it. Grow from it. Don't stay in that place. That's another thing with mental health that I learned because I do suffer from depression myself. Once I mess up, I stay in that place. It is hard for me to come out of it. Right. It is hard for me to come out of it. Once I mess up, the world is over. Right. And I stay in that place. But thanks. I'm not trying to make this religious, but I'm just telling y'all how it is. Thanks to the man above, I am able to know that, okay, you messed up. You don't got to answer the man. You answer to me. Now, and if I forgive you, okay. If I am against you, if I am with you, who can be against you? Yeah. If I can be against you, if I am with you, who can be against you? Right. For we all have sinned and fallen short from the glory of God. Come on, don't make me shout in here. They giving us scriptures now. They giving us scriptures, right? So listen, change your morning routine. If it's not something that's elevating or boosting, stimulating your mind, doing something for your good, doing something that your 10-year self is going to think later, right? Leave that junk food alone. What you still eating junk food for? All right, you 35 with a bag of chips on the side of the bed. When you get 65, you're going to be old and cramping and ugly, right? Get it together, right? You 17 years old, start drinking soda before you go to bed. Start drinking water, right? Put that social media down. It ain't doing you no good, right? Memes don't make you no money. Memes don't. Okay, it gives you a little sense of pleasure, but that's it. Boost your mind. Do something that yourself will think later. All right. Now, all right. This one right here, right? Let me see. Did anything alter your mood after you did your whole morning routine? Or if it has, name an instance where something did alter your mood after you did your morning routine. So change your mood or changed you from either happy to sad or sad to happy. All right. If it did, what was it and how did you get through it?
I don't really have a consistent morning routine, but when I do plan my day and something does not go right, or if I wake up late or oversleep or whatever, that will change my mood because I feel like, it's just not going the way I want it to go, and I feel like I'm behind. So yeah, I just get kind of frustrated.
So if my mood is changed, sometimes what I would do is I will like drain it, like allow like listen to music so that I can just go back to me being calm, happy. Cause when I listen to music, that's what distracts me from different things instead of worrying about what happened. And music in my ear, it helps me to remember that something else or remember other things instead of me being mad. So I use the music to help me.
Um, I agree with Jasmine. Uh, Sometimes when things don't go right, I mean, honestly, I like to stay away from social media. That's another thing I will change. But if my mood changes because of social media, I would say, yeah, I'll listen to music as well. Stimulus on my mind. I know I'm a musician, so I know that for a fact that music is in my blood, and I know music will always help me out and everything. So
Yeah, shorty, Roland said music in my blood. Hey, that ain't about nothing, right? I hear you, Roland. I hear you. But yeah, to Jasmine's point, finding a healthy distraction, right? I know for me, as soon as I get a text message that throw me off, I'm like, what? Like, my whole face will tell it. My whole what my mother called it. She said nonverbal disposition. It'll be like, what? Like, really? Come on now, right? And it's crazy as it sounds, people can alter our moods. People can change how we feel. People and it's crazy how we allow so much calm down, Maya. It is crazy how we allow for one person to have so much power, right? Okay, let's separate from people. It is so crazy how we allow one thing to have so much power over us. I was just talking about that with Naya the other day, right? I say, Naya, I'm going through this, da 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 da. I can't believe how I just let that person get so much power, right? I can't believe how I'm just stuck on that one person. Like that one person will call me and my whole mood just changed. I just shut down completely, right? So I'm saying all this to say, if you are suffering from a mental health disorder, know your triggers, right? And don't let nobody pull your strings to where you just go off or it affects your mood. Like Jasmine said, put some music in your ear, walk away, take some deep breaths, find a healthy distraction that won't allow you to go off like a bomb. Because what I realize is that people won't see what happened to you. They're just going to see how you reacted, right? And at the end of the day, you can't defend yourself, right? Because all they see is you blowing up. So you got to protect you. You have to do what you have to do, especially when suffering from a mental illness. I'm telling you, because it is so easy like that to turn on and off. It's just like a light switch. It is just like a light switch. So definitely, Jasmine, I agree with you 110%. Finding a healthy distraction, listening to some music, right? Writing down your feelings, just going for a walk. For me, I go on Pinterest, right? I just find inspirational quotes. All right, for whatever I'm going through, depression, inspirational quotes for depression on Pinterest. One pop up. Tough times don't last always. Boom. I'm good. Right? Talk to somebody. Reach out to somebody. Connect to somebody. So that's good. I love it. Y'all is on fire and we is rolling like. Help me, y'all. Rolling like what? What are we rolling like? I'm trying to find
on the river.
I like that. I like
Water.
that. Okay, rolling like water. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. The breakdown. This is something that I've been talking with, especially Tynasia and Jasmine with prior to this group call, right? Why do you think mental health issues are frowned upon by adults?
I think it has something to do with like generational stuff. Like, cause back in the day, I feel like, I don't know, nobody was really there for them to really have them to express their feelings. So when it's time for us to feel something or feel some type of way, they like, oh, you're not really going through nothing. Oh, it's nothing. But really, it really do be some stuff going on. So I think it's a generational thing, like their mindset. And yeah, I think they had to like go through stuff alone and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Renaya because a lot of people I know, they suffer through depression too. So it's like when they tell their mother they going through something, or they tell their family members be like, it's nothing wrong. Like with my best friend, that's how she is. So when I be at her house and sometimes she go through it, I have to like comfort her or like motivate her or try to find something to make her happy for her just to get out this mindset. Cause when she in it, she goes way beyond. So sometimes I have to tell her that you're not there for them. You're here for something else. And I have to tell her that that's your mindset. Use that and figure out a way to move past that person, but move forward in life. Because I told her that she need to focus more on school than anything. Because she did say that she wants to go to college. So I feel like if you want to go to college, you have to move on from letting people hurt you, telling you can't do certain things, to going forward and telling them that you can do it.
It was like, let me see, not even 2 months ago. Okay. I ran away from home. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. And when I came back, well, my aunt, she got me from wherever I was at. And when I came back, my grandma was telling my mother, like, it is something wrong with her. She said she want to kill herself, suicide. Okay. I'm going to say, ain't nothing wrong with her. It's something wrong. I believe my most depression and anxiety comes from my mother, my parents, my family, because the stuff I go through in the dark, sometimes I smile, I laugh to comfort other people, to make them know that everything is all right. But I can't comfort myself because inside I'm really broken. I'm really hurting because of the stuff I go through. And sometimes I go through it alone, knowing I have people, definitely. But sometimes it's hard to say, oh, I need help. Because when you handle it by yourself for so long, it's hard to cry for help. So I just think that if something is going on and you feel as though you cannot share with your family, share with a friend. Share with somebody you trust, because a lot of people will take your business and run with it. So I believe that if you trust somebody as much, tell them what's going on, because holding it in, and when it's time, and when somebody yell at you or fuss at you, you're gonna explode.
Yeah, I think the reason why people don't take like mental issues seriously is it's not like a physical problem. It's not like, oh, you're hitting somebody or you kicking somebody. It's not like a physical issue. But I realize that mental issues come from the mind. Obviously, the word mental comes from the mind. So everything always starts in the mind. From why I think before it even goes to physical. So my main point is that people don't take mental issues seriously because it's not like a physical problem.
Definitely, I definitely agree with all of you all. Some things stuck out to me. Naya, it's a generational thing. I was thinking that as well. Roland, you brought that. You smart, man, because you brought that. I didn't even think about that. Right? They don't take it serious because it's not a physical thing. If my arm is broken, you're going to see my arm broken. You're going to see the bone popping up. Oh, you got to go to the hospital. We got to go. Right? But if I'm suffering from depression, all of a sudden it changes. It's not that serious, girl. You can get over it. Pray to God about it. Pray to God about it. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Right? Depression, girl, you don't even know what depression look like. You only 17 years old. You only 15 years old. You ain't know what no depression look like. Right? Because it's something that's not physical. They can't see it. Woo! Man, come on, Rose. Come on with it. Come on with it. Right. And so going back to Tynaja's point, a lot of people suffering from mental health don't reach out for help, right? And I forgot, y'all, because I like to do a lot. I'm not trying to brag or boast. That's the last thing I want to do on here. But I read a lot of stuff about mental health, right? I can't remember what the name of it was, but it says the people who suffer from mental issues the most are the least to cry out for help. right? Because they feel like they're going to become a burden on top of someone. And because they feel like they're going to become a burden on top of someone, that just adds more stress to them. That just adds more depression. That just adds more anxiety. So instead of doing that, they rather shun the world out and just deal with it on their own. But if you're listening right here, I am encouraging you. We are encouraging you. Please, please, please seek help. Know that you are not in this alone. All right. Know that you are not in this alone. Find somebody that you can confide in. Find somebody who is not going to judge you no matter what. Find somebody who is going to hold you accountable. Find somebody who's going to have your back. Find somebody who is going to sit down in that hole with you and say, sis, bro, I'm sitting down in that hole with you and I'm not getting up until you're ready to get up.
We in this together.
We in this together. Friends, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How do you find someone who you can? Okay, let me rephrase the question. Let me see what I'm trying to say here. When do you know when you have that one true friend who you can confide in? Talk to me.
I believe you know when you find that one friend when y'all go through stuff together. That person have your back even if you're wrong. Because at the end of the day, you're wrong, it's my wrong because we are friends. We are family. Our agreement is, we can disagree. We can have our disagreements, our agreements. But at the end of the day, we know where we are left off at. If you can talk to your friend about anything and everything, and they have a good, reasonable answer to your situation, like run off and tell your friend, oh, this is what I got going on. This is what I've been through. And they do not judge you for who you are and what you've been through. Okay? At the end of the day, you know your position. And if your friend is not in that position with you or do not understand your position, is that your friend? Is that your real friend? I believe if you go through something, your friend should have your back all the time. Trustworthy. That's what we're talking about today. And our family, that's we talk about trustworthy. Is that person trustworthy to be your friend or be your partner in crime or be your right hand, your ride or die? Is that person who you will call on when you need help?
I say you found that friend when you don't always have to say what's going on. They can say like, hey, okay, I know something's going on. What's going on? What's up? Let's talk about this. And yeah, they can just be that rock for you when you need them.
You know when you have a true friend that will actually help you is when you're going through like a family crisis or a family problem, like someone in your family died, and they know that to the point where it's they'll sit there and they'll hold you, tell you that it's okay, or they'll cry with you, or they'll just be there for you even if nobody else was there for you. So I feel like that's when you know you actually have a true friend. It's when you're going through a lot of stuff that you know that you can't handle by yourself, and your friend is like the only person that understands what you're basically going through.
Yeah, I will know if someone is my true friend if that person's always been with me like the whole time. Like even if I was down or sometimes when I'm up, they will still encourage me to do better or get better in case that if you're right or wrong, just like what Tanisha said. Yeah, if you're right or wrong, that person will still stick beside you, and that's real powerful in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I think it all ties back to who gonna be with you when you're down. When stuff hit the fan, who there, right? And who gonna pick you back up? I read this quote on loyalty, right? And it say, listen, I'm gonna stay with you whether you right or wrong, whether you right or you wrong. But I'm gonna also tell you whether you right or you wrong, right? And I think that is something so uncommon that we don't see today. Real, genuine friendships, right? Right? Real, genuine friendships. And let's talk about it. Real, genuine people, right? Real, genuine people. Because the people that are smiling in your face, man, they talk about you behind your back. One lesson that my father taught me, he said, if they talk about people with you, best believe they're gonna talk about you. Best believe they're gonna talk about you, right? If they talk about, let's say that again, because if you listening, right, this is how you detect your real friends right here. If they talk about people with you, they won't talk about you, right? And it's that simple, right? And I think, especially dealing with mental health, tying it back to our mental health, it is crucial. It is very significant for you to have that friend who is going to be with you in that moment of downtime, when you can't go on, when you can't succeed, when you can no longer do this thing called life by yourself, right? Something that Russell taught me, Ramona's husband, love that man to death, man. A lot of wisdom, so much respect. One thing that he told me is that with God, that's your friend. That's your best friend. You can go to him about anything, right? No judgment. Man, look, Lord, I messed up. And he like, all right, I'm listening. We're going to fix it, right? Find you a friend like that. Find you a friend like that. Find you a friend that's going to be like-minded, right? Me, Naya, and Tynasia just talked about that, like-minded. If we not on the same path, right, and if you can't help me, right, you got to go. Now you're saying you got to go. You got to go, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but friends build each other up. Another scripture that Ramona and Russell tell us: iron sharpen iron, right? And in that source of weakness, I'm gonna need to hold on to your strength, and you're gonna sharpen me, and vice versa. In your time of weakness and I'm strength, you gonna need me to sharpen you, and that's all right. That's all right. If I'm down and I'm depressed, like Jen said, she always there for her best friend. Best friend, I need you to get me out of this because I can't do this on my own no more, right? I need you to tell me you love me. I need a hug today, right? I need some laughter today. I need a smile today, right? And I think before we try to crowd somebody with, how can I say this? In any case, right? See how someone is doing before you start with, can you do this? Can you help me? See how that person is doing. Good morning. How are you feeling? All right. Are you ready to get the day started? I want to know, right? Because you never know. That person can literally, while you texting them, do this, you can be that point that, and they have a knife in their hand, and that text message, one text message can just throw them off the edge. You never know. You never know. That one text message can throw them off the edge, or that one text message can save their life. Take into consideration how people are feeling, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all it takes one thing. How are you today? How are you feeling today? Oh, you feeling sad? Okay, what's going on? Like, we're going to get out of this thing together. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And again, I encourage you, if you are suffering from mental illness, we encourage you, find somebody, go get some help. You are not in this alone, and I promise you, I'm telling you, you are not a burden. You are not a burden. Go get some help, okay? You have been suffering. No more. Don't suffer no more in silence. You don't have to do it in silence, right? I find this little, yes, thank you, Ramona. If you need to, the Maryland Crisis Hotline is 1-800-422-0009. Again, it's 1-800-422-0009. Right, right. Or Tanya said, or you can join our family lesson. That's right. Because that's all we are at the end of the day, one big family. We are children of God. But before I'm gonna stop talking, I'm gonna let y'all hit the floor. But I just want to say this. And it was very interesting to me, right? So me, Naya, and Tynasia, we were at the house and we were moving some stuff, right? And I was just moving the stuff, right? And Naya was sitting in the bed, chilling for real. I didn't think nothing of it, but she was chilling and I was just moving the stuff, right? And she said, okay, I'm getting up. She said, okay, I'm getting up, because that's a silent cry for help, right? And because I was just doing it by myself, right? Just doing it by myself. And my friend here, my sister here, she looking like, okay, but I'm jumping in. You need some help. You ain't asking for help, but I see you struggling, so I'm going to help you, right? And so that stuck with me, because it's like, dang, wow. Like Naya said, a true friend, somebody who can see you suffering without you even have to say anything. But all right, I'm done talking. I'm gonna let y'all hit the floor. So let's go back to our notes. Let's go back to our notes. I'm pulling up the notes, y'all. I'm sorry if I keep looking down. I'm getting my notes together. All right. How does it make you feel when someone dismisses you when you tell them that something is wrong with you?
I feel like if I tell somebody something wrong, I feel like they don't care because it's not their problem. It's not about them. I feel like a lot of people, when you tell them it's something wrong, they feel like you making it all about you. You want the attention, and they just sit there and look at you like nothing is wrong. But I feel like if you don't know that, you don't know what could be happening to anybody because you don't ask a person. So I feel like if somebody was to like shut me up, I would just feel like you don't care. So you might not care that I'm not here.
I would
For
feel
me,
unwanted and unneeded because at the end of the day, I know it ain't your problem, but I'm coming to you about it. You should work with me. You should help me through my problem. Not even help me, but guide me into the right direction that I can face my problem.
for me, it honestly only take one time to make me feel like you don't want to hear it. I'm like, okay, won't come to you anymore. Cause I'm not the type of person that'll share how I feel like that anyway. So if you make me feel like you're not the one to come to, no problem. Never again.
If someone like dismisses me or how I feel about something, I'll just like sit quiet and I just leave. Cause I at this point, like you probably have your own problems, but at the same time, I would say like, hey, you were never my friend. Like because I had people who I thought I was cool with or friends with, they were not at all. They didn't even care to say like what's going on. They didn't give a flying crap about nothing. So I was just like sit there, be quiet, and I just walked out. So, but it kind of made me like feel terrible. But then, I mean, I had other people who helped me out, but it was like crazy to think about still how some people will just not even think about you or don't even care about you or when you listen.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And it's just like, dang, man, like I confided in you, and you just dismissing me, telling me like ain't nothing wrong with you. Girl, bye, get it together. That's hard to take on. That's hard. Now I'm at the point where I am crying for help, right? And you just turn your back on me. You just turn your back on me, right? And the irony is like when I come to you, you dismiss my feelings, but then you wonder why I don't come to you, right? Or vice versa. I hate when I come to somebody. Sorry, Lord, I didn't mean hate. I strongly dislike. Okay, I strongly dislike when I come to someone and I tell them my problems, and they think they know it all. You don't know. You don't know what's going on with me. I'm trying to tell you. Can you listen? Can you just listen? Right? I think, and that's another one. Right? Just listen. Just listen. Don't come at it from a standpoint of trying to correct me right now. I just need you to listen. I just need you to listen. Correct me later. Right. Correct me. Right. But for right now, I want to lay it all out. Right? Can you get the whole story before you get the half of the story and try to run with the half of information that you have? Listen. Just listen. Right? Listen. Right. And also, we should try to, listen. Well, if we do have a friend that's out there suffering from whatever it is, right? Depression, anxiety, be that listening ear. Try to be that listening ear. All right. If you yourself, right, and I'm not trying to put nobody on blast. If you want to share, you can share. If you don't, you don't. If you yourself have a mental disorder, how do you deal with it? How do you get around it?
It was one night. Okay, I was at my grandma's house. It was like 3 days when I came back from Wonderland. I had an anxiety attack, and the only person I could call that I know would answer and tell me the right thing was Amaya. So I called her, and we had a good conversation. And it's like she made me laugh, and my anxiety was gone. And so on, I had some more anxiety attacks, some more anxiety attacks. So I called on my mentor. Me and my mentor, we talk about a lot of stuff because he was my eighth grade hall. Like he used to stand in the hall, get hall mindset. And he really helped with a lot because of the stuff he went through. He was telling me what he went through, and I was telling him what I went through, and our methods combined to one whole. So now we know we both each other go through, and we both had agreement on what we could do about our situation.
Did anybody else want to go?
Yeah. I would say if I had a mental disorder, I would. I have a mentor as well. He used to be the janitor in my high school, and he was the head coach, boys basketball coach in varsity. So, I mean, we have a lot in common. I talk to him all the time, and I still talk to him to this day. You know, and he helped me a lot with things about my what I want to do in life, especially in music. Sometimes I have trouble figuring out like how can I start. That's the thing sometimes. So and he'll help me out, tell me just stay focused on one thing and then stick to it. So that's how I will handle it and deal with it.
Yeah, because if I was to have one, I would go to when I was mainly in high school. The only person that I knew that like understood me was my principal. So like if I was going through stuff with like the bullying and stuff like that, that was the only person that like made sure I was okay. Like if I'm in the hallway and she sees something is wrong, she come and check on me and ask me was I okay. So I feel like she wasn't just like a principal, she was like a mentor, like another mother figure to me to make sure that when I'm in school I am okay, even if I can't reach my actual mother. She was like a in school mother. So if I was like going through stuff in school, she would come talk to me, ask me am I okay, and then we would just talk about stuff, or she would try to get in contact with my mother, and then we would have a talk about it. But that's the only person I know that in school that was actually there for me, that helped me in times.
Yeah, definitely. I think it is crucial, as I stated earlier, just having a good source of people around you, right? Having someone that you can confide in, having someone that you can go to, having someone that can make you laugh for that moment, right? Having someone that is going to be that listening ear, right? I heard a lot of us say that we go to people, we have mentors, we have principals, we have someone who is older than us. Yes, 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 yes. So y'all, I was thinking, right? Going back to the dismissal part, if that person that dismissed you the first time when you tried to come to them, right? And they came back and they realized what they did and they said, okay, well, how are you today? How would you receive that? How would you respond?
I am better than I was before. And sometimes people act the way they do because that's how they was grown up to be. That is how they was taught. And I don't blame a lot of people because I know people make mistakes. We ain't perfect. We all make mistakes and we all gotta learn from it. So when they come back, I'm like, I'm good. How are you? You know, because stuff we go through is a lot as teens, as young adults.
Yeah.
So
Uh, Jasmine, you can go if you want.
okay. Well, I feel like if the person came back, I would be like, well, I understand that you probably was like the same way I was growing up. So I feel like you understand, but I would like tell a person that you could kind of like, I would tell them how I feel if they came back because I understand and I know that they went through the same thing. So I feel like if me telling them, oh no, I don't need you no more, that's feel like I'm shutting them out also. And that's the thing I focus. So I feel like I will accept them, let them tell them how I feel, and then just move on about it because there's no point of just shutting somebody out if you already been shut out.
Yeah, I agree because if I was talking to my younger self, I'll say like shut someone out because you were being disrespectful at first. But obviously, God in the Bible, He taught us how to forgive people, And I again, I do ask someone like, what's going on? Do you have like a problem with not with me, but any other person or something in particular? Then a lot of times they actually do have other problems. So I'll be sitting down, listen, see what their problem is. But I will let them in if they had a reason to do it.
I don't know. It depends. Maybe, maybe not. It depends. I think it depends on how they come at me. I think, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. See, I have a hard time forgiving, right? So once you done mess me over, man, it's hard. You know, not saying that I'm not going to forgive you, but it is initially going to be hard for me to forgive you because my first reaction is going to be like, what do you want? Like, what? Why are you texting me? Right? Why did I come to your mind? Leave me alone. Right? You showed me who you was the first time. But again, like Nate said, you got to understand, sometimes it's bigger than you. Right? Sometimes it's bigger than you. And everybody, I am a firm believer that everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves a second chance. Okay. And once you come back from the second chance and do you mess me up, I love you, you know. I still forgive you again, but now I know. Now I know. So for me, I think I wouldn't receive it, you know, until I see what you're really about. Because knowing somebody's intentions, man, they can dissuade you like a yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would come back and, you know, just let it all open again because you showed me what you was about the first time, right? So I think that's something that I need to work on. All right, forgiving. Yeah, I need to work on forgiving and let go. Forgiving and let go. Definitely. So wait a minute, y'all. I gotta go back. Gotta refer back to the notes. But I did have another question. If you yourself was in the position of dismissing someone else's feelings, right? How would you feel on that end if you dismissed their feelings, right? And they tried to come to you and you dismissed them, like, girl, ain't nothing wrong with you. How would you feel? I think this is kind of like a personality check.
I would feel like I wasn't hearing at the time. I wasn't doing something right. So as them coming to me and telling me, I should feel proud because I am somebody they came to. Yeah. So I would feel really bad. I might cry about it because I am very sensitive. So I might cry about it. And then I might go back and say, sorry. I apologize. I was not in the right state of mind to hear your cry.
I probably would feel a separate way because it felt like this could have been somebody that was like really going through something like at a moment in time, and that person feeling like she needs somebody. So I feel like I would have been sad because I really felt like, what if that person was actually really going through something real deep and really needed somebody to talk to, and nobody was there. So I would feel sad because it was like I could have helped that person. Like I really could have really helped that person. So I would feel some type of way about it.
I would feel bad because when I do stuff that ain't right or I feel like it's wrong or I messed up, yeah, I feel bad. I think about it, overthink it, beat myself up, and yeah. But if they come back again, I mean, I try to listen and be there for
For me, I will say like I'll be kind of like I'll probably dismiss that person at first, but then because I'm kind of like I'm a vigilant person, so I'd be kind of looking around. Then like after a few minutes, then I see like there's actually something wrong. Now I'll go. So then go talk to them, see what's up.
Definitely. So we rolling. We is on the ball today. I'm loving it. I'm loving the energy, y'all. I'm so proud of us. I just had to say that. Oh, my heart is beating like, all right. But let's keep it rolling. All right. So yeah, definitely. Going to Naya's point, I would beat myself up about it, right? And Tanaja just said something. She said, no, I wouldn't wait for them to come around. I would reach out to them because I feel bad, right? I'm gonna reach out to you. Hey, I messed up. Can we start over, please? I'm sorry. I apologize. I acted a fool, not you. You came to me, you trusted me, you confided in me. So let me make this right, right? So definitely, I love all of y'all points. Y'all some smart people. That's why we on here. All right, so listen. How do you know that you have reached your breaking point? And once you reach your breaking point, what do you do? How do you act? How do you react?
I feel like when I reach my breaking point, it's like when I just don't want to talk to anybody. I shut myself out. I all I do is probably like sleep all day. Probably just never come out the room. Don't eat nothing. Don't want to talk to nobody. That's how I feel when I reach my breaking point. And then I sometimes when I feel like I feel like I just don't want to be like on the road anymore. So sometimes I would just think about that in my mind. But then I realize that sometimes that's not the way to go. I feel like you should always not reach your breaking point. Don't even let the breaking point get you that far. I feel like you should think about it in your head and be like, why am I doing this? That's not a purpose for it. That's not a reason why I need to do this. This is the reason why I'm here. This is the purpose that I have to do. So I feel like I wouldn't let a breaking point get me that far, because if I know why I'm here, then I will feel like I can stop it from getting me that far.
Yeah, I'm with Jasmine. When I reach my breaking point, I'll shut down. Yeah, start just questioning everything, like, oh my gosh, I messed up, shouldn't did this, and I get overwhelmed and stuff like that. But like Jasmine said, you probably shouldn't let it get to that point. One thing I do is I write it out a lot of times, and try to figure out what's going on that made me kind of feel that way.
Um, from my breaking point, I'll probably like have this certain look in my face. I can't explain it because it's just kind of weird. But my breaking point, I'll just be quiet, like super quiet. I won't even talking at all. And then it happened a lot when I was in school, and when I came back home, I'll just be like in my room the first like few minutes I got in the house. I'll be in my room, probably doing my homework and doing like I'll be acting like I'm good, but I'm not.
When I reach my breaking point, I break down. I either get on TikTok, because TikTok, oh my goodness, they be having some inspiring things on TikTok. Like, yeah, they got the church man, the inspired women tell you about different stuff. Like, okay, so I will go on TikTok and just listen. Sometimes you just gotta listen. This man, this is what I want to do. I don't know. This is not even on topic, but this is what I want to do. This man, he takes you to where he at, right? And all the sins that's up inside, he like, devil get out of him, devil get out of him, devil get out of him, devil get out of him. And I be like, God, that is powerful. That is powerful. I'm gonna send that to you, all right?
Period. Period. That's right. That's right. If one grown, we all grown, man. If one grown, we all grown. If one winning, we all winning. We all eating. Definitely. I think for me, I can really relate to y'all. I just shut down. Like it, I don't want to hear nothing from you no more. Why are you next to me? Like why are you in my space? Just and I just get mad at the world, and I don't. For me personally, I don't like to be mad. I don't like to be angry. I don't think nobody likes to be mad. Nobody likes to be angry, right? Nobody likes to be miserable. But yeah, again, to Naja's point, finding those healthy distractions, going on TikTok, releasing, relax, right? Regroup, calm yourself. To Naya's point, write down what's going on, right? Oh man, we got 4 more minutes. We on the ball. We still got some more to talk about, right? And that's all it is. Find a healthy distraction. Write it down. Release, regroup. All right. Release, regroup, and recollect. Right. Know that tough times don't last always, and this is only just a little phase. It's gonna go by. One thing that my mother told me is that feelings come and go. You may be mad 15 minutes and it's gone. Right? It's gone. It's gone. Don't hold on to it. Let it go. Let it go. Right. So I had we still got a lot to talk about, and we only got 4 more minutes. We did good today, y'all. I am so proud of us. Give me 1 second. Got to go back to my notes. I got to go back to my notes. All right. So I think we already into that. We already answered that, a lot of them. So just to wrap it up, what advice would you give to someone who's going through it right now, who is going through hell and back right now? What advice would you give? Your own personal advice. Hit them with it.
One thing I try to think about is that it's not the end of the world. You're not going to die. It's going to be okay. Just figure out what's going on, how you can fix it, and get it done.
I would probably tell that person that, but if they're going through it right now, I would probably tell them that they should probably write down how they feel. Always, even if you're not like a religious person, at least just try to pray. Like, so ask God for help sometimes, because some people that's not really, they always think God not gonna help. But I feel like if you're not a religious person, still go to God, ask for help, and even that, you should also like try to find music that inspires you, or just read some motivational speeches, and always call on a friend if your family member can't help you.
For me, my greatest advice sometimes is, I would say life is short, man. Like, you gotta realize at the end of the day, life is short. Sometimes people can just talk about things, and before you know it, it's gonna be done. You be gone on this earth. So sometimes you just gotta take deep breaths, maybe count to 3 seconds, read, like what Jasmine said, listen to music. I can, like, sometimes for me, I can write a saying like supermodels love my face. I just write it out and just repeatedly doing that. So and just try to find something funny to make you feel better in a way. So that's how I can, my greatest advice, mental health.
Okay. All I gotta say is you cannot always fight the battle alone. Let God step in. You step out, let God step in. If he know you trust him, baby, I promise you're gonna be all right. Trust your instincts. Okay? And don't give up. Whatever you're going through, don't give up. Try again tomorrow. You can't get this job, you can't get this done, try again tomorrow. Be your own boss. Be your student.
Definitely. Oh man, y'all is bringing the heat. I don't even know if I want to say nothing because it's too hot right now. I don't even want to put my hands on it because it's too hot right now, right? But it's 2:00. I just want to leave y'all with something, right? Again, don't give up. Know that each day gets better, right? Today might not be good, but tomorrow's going to be better. God tells us joy comes in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. Keep pushing, keep fighting, because you have something in you. Your test is only a test so that it can be a testimony that you may save someone else's life. All right? Keep going. We love you. This is Teen Talk, where we keep it real and we keep it raw, and we will see y'all in 2 more Saturdays. All right?